this is Joseph Farah at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention, and we're here with a good friend of mine, Jason Jones, humanitarian, human rights activist, author, speaker extraordinaire, and very involved in Hollywood in both the production and marketing of movies. You've got a new project, Jason, we want to talk about. Tell us about it.
I do. We'll sort of springboard off the success of Crescendo. We have a new short film called Sing a Little Louder. It's the true story of a train that was filled with the Jews on their way to a concentration camp that broke down outside of a church during a service. And the pastor's response to this was asking his congregation to sing louder to drown out the screams for help. And what we've done is with this film, we've attached it, we've connected it to the plight of religious minorities today in the Middle East. And so our hope is we can use this film to get the church to use their voice to speak out today for Christians in Iraq, in Syria, in Egypt. Just yesterday, 23 Christians were murdered in Syria. This seems to be a daily occurrence. And we're not singing like they did, but we're distracting ourselves with Bravo and the Food Channel and Monday Night Football, when instead, as the church, we should be using media like you do, like WorldNetDaily does, like they're doing here at NRB. We should raise our voices for those who can't protect themselves.
It's based on a true story?
It's based on a true story.
Where did I hear this story before? Because it's such a remarkable thing when you think about it. Think about that. There are trains carrying Jews to concentration camps, and they're going by churches. And it's noisy, and there's screams and cries, and the pastor says,
sing a little louder.
Unbelievable.
It's based on the man who was a little boy at the time, and he ran outside to see what the noise was, and the soldiers shoot him away. And as an older man, he would have nightmares. And it was that experience as an older man in the 80s that inspired him personally to get involved in the pro-life movement. So you know what's wonderful about being a Christian, being a conservative, is that at the root, what are we trying to conserve? The dignity of the human person, to protect human life and those institutions around the human person, like the family, the church, community, that protect the human person from violence. And so what I love about Sing a Little Louder is today as Christians, we have every opportunity in the world to heroically raise our voice for those from the child in the womb to the child in Darfur, from the Yazidi on Mount Sinjar to the young 14-year-old girl in a crisis pregnancy center in Aspen, Colorado. And that's our job as Christians, to raise our voice for the other. As Christians, there's nobody's the other to us. We may be the other to them. They may look at us and think that we're different, but we know that they are made in the image and likeness of God, that their life is precious, that they have value. And so what we seek to do in Movie to Movement with films is to share the truth about the human person. And what is that truth? That we have incomparable dignity and beauty. There's nothing in all the cosmos worth more than one single human person, whether it is the tiniest child in the womb or whether it is an elderly Yazidi man in Sinjar Mountain. And, you know, through WorldNetDaily, through books, through movies, this is the best way we have to communicate. And as Americans, who else can do this? Just anybody in the United States of America has the power to raise their voice to be heard around the world.
What's the status of the movie? When can people see it, and how?
Well, in the next month or so, we're going to release it to the world for free on YouTube. That's the plan. We're going to give it away to the world.
Okay, only Jason Jones would come up with that kind of a marketing concept. How does that work? How do you?
I don't know. My investors didn't like the idea, but I thought it was a great idea. The investors were like, what? Yeah, we're going to give it away for free. No, they knew. The folks that were behind it was funded by a nonprofit, and the idea was, how can we promote a film to let the church know? I think a lot of times it's not that we're cowards, it's that we don't know our strength. We don't know our privilege. As Americans, we are privileged. We have technology at our fingertips. We have Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Anybody sitting in their house can create a message, craft a message that can be heard around the world and inspire people to protect and to stand up for life, and that's what we're trying to do.
And this sounds very similar to Crescendo, which you mentioned, one of your earlier short films, which you had the same kind of crazy ideas, just let everybody see it for free.
And you know what happened? We raised $6 million for pregnancy centers around the country.
And so that's, talk about an out-of-the-box thinker. That's who Jason Jones is. So how how are people going to find out when it's out? What do you do? How do you?
Well, WorldNetDaily is going to write a big article about it. Number one,
I keep forgetting. I knew I came in here.
Go to WorldNetDaily.
All right.
Number two, you can go to Movie to Movement and sign up to be a theater captain, or go follow us on Facebook. And can I give you something?
Yeah.
I want to give you something.
MovieToMovement.com.
Yeah, MovieToMovement.com. Now here's a T-shirt. This is the letter N in Arabic, and this is the symbol that ISIS puts on the doors of Christians the night before they come and kill them. And so this says, "I am a Nazarene." It's the letter N, and what the letter stands for is Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth. And so they mark Christians' doors with this, then they come by the next day and they kill them. So we want to say to ISIS, we want to say, we are Nazarenes.
I like that. I like that. I will wear it with pride. Thank you so much, Jason. God bless.
Joseph, God bless you.